let's say you're given a rational function. F of x equals 2x plus 1 over 1 minus 3x. So in this type of function, it is important for us to use an algebraic approach because the intuitive approach will not work on this type of function. So we start by changing f of x to y. So 2x, y equals 2x plus 1 over 1 minus 3x. And then we go about finding the inverse by switching x and y. So once we switched x and y, know that this is now the inverse function. So switching x and y gives us x will become equal to 2y plus 1 over 1 minus 3y. This is already the inverse since we've switched x and y. Now all we need to do after this step is solve for y and rewrite the function in that way. So solving for y involves getting rid of this denominator right here. So doing that requires us to multiply that denominator to both sides of the equation. Okay. So multiplying 1 minus 3y to both sides, that will be distributing the x here. So that becomes x minus 3xy equals, on the right side, the 1 minus 3y will be divided out. Dividing that by itself results to 1, which gives us 2y plus 1 left on the right side. Notice how y are both on the left and on the right side. So for us to isolate the y, we need to bring those on one side. So to do that, I will subtract 2y from both sides. And so I'll have x minus 3xy minus 2y equals, this adds up to 0. On the right side, I'll only have 1 left. Then I'm going to move this x on the left side to the right side by subtracting x from both sides, so that the only expressions that I have on the left side would be those with x in them, with y in them rather. So I have negative 3xy minus 2y, and on the right side I'll have 1 minus x. My next step would be factoring that y out, or undistributing that y. And so I am going to have y writing that here, rewriting that on top. We have negative 3xy minus 2y equals 1 minus x. Distributing out or factoring out that y, we'll have y times negative 3x minus 2 equals 1 minus x. And then last but not the least, we are going to divide that 3x minus 2 from both sides, or the negative 3x minus 2. And so we now have y alone. 1 minus x over negative 3x minus 2. Now, once you have isolated y, the last step is also important because we would like to express our answer in function notation. So we are now changing y into the notation for an inverse function, which is f inverse x. Okay, so your final answer would be f inverse x equals 1 minus x over negative 3x minus 2, or this is also the same as x minus 1 over 3x plus 2.